Khaybar, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi sent two commanders before Ali to go and liberate the castle, to conquer the castle of the Jews who came to attack the Prophet. First night, nothing happened. Second night, nothing happened. In the third night, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi said, سأعطي الراية غدا رجلا يحب الله ورسوله ويحبه الله ورسوله كرار غير فرار لا يرجع حتى يفتح الله على يديه. Tomorrow, I will give the torch, the flagship, to one who loves Allah and His Prophet, and Allah loves him and His Prophet. And he's the one who will go and liberate the castle. He goes, opens up the castle, kills Marhab, and Muslims all become the winner in that battle. That's why you see Ibn Abi al-Hadid, the greatest scholar who has interpreted Nahj al-Balagha, and he was not a Shia, was not follower of Ahl al-Bayt. He have written this beautiful poem. Says, يا قالع الباب الذي عن هزه أعجزت أكف 44 أقول فيك سميدع كلا ولا حاشا لمثلك أن يقال سميدع بل أنت في يوم القيامة حاكم في العالمين وشافع ومشفع. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. The gate of Khaybar, 22 people had to close it and open it. Ali ibn Abi Talib, with a single strike, he detached the gate and threw it 40 feet away. 40 feet away, so the Muslims can put it as a bridge and pass the trench on that. Yet, with this much physical power, he himself, when he described his lifestyle and his feeding and what he eats, he says, ألا وإن إمامكم قد اكتفى من دنياه بطمريه ومن طعمه بقرصيه. That Ali ibn Abi Talib, only with 2-piece meal, he can survive. It is narrated that one day a man came to Ali ibn Abi Talib, told him, give me some of your food. Ali ibn Abi Talib took a bag that was sealed. He opens the seal, he grabbed a piece of bread, dry bread, and throw it to the man. The man tried to break the bread by his hand, he could not. By his teeth, he could not. Eventually, by his ankle, he could by his knee, could cut the bread into pieces. Ali ibn Abi Talib could survive on those 2 pieces of bread. How could it possible at the battlefield to be such a strong man, but eating so little? Aren't those 2 opposing things? Do those things make sense? That how was the personality of Ali ibn Abi Talib. At the same time, look at his forgiveness. His fierce mood in the battle, but look at his forgiveness. In the battle of Jamal, all of you know what happened in Jamal. al-Mu'mineen came with her army to attack Ali ibn Abi Talib. The battle took place close to Basra, to the city of Basra. More than 18,000 people have been killed. More than 18,000 people have been killed. And she was declaring, she was on the camel, telling her people, اقتلوا الأنزع البطين, that balding guy, meaning Ali ibn Abi Talib, kill him. Giving commands to the followers and the soldiers to kill that man, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Now when he overcomes, he forgives everyone else. Once she see him, hopeless, she could not do anything, she said, غَلَبْتَ يَا أَبَا الْحَسَنِ فَاصْفَحْ. Now that you become the winner, please forgive us. Ali ibn Abi Talib gave her a very beautiful sentence. He said, مَا أَنصَفَكِ الَّذِينَ أَخْرَجُوكِ إِذْ صَانُوا حَلَائِلَهُمْ وَأَخْرَجُوكِ. Those people who have brought you, they were not fair to you. If they were fair to you, they wouldn't expose you. They protected their wives, their daughters, but they exposed you. the wife of Rasulullah, to come here and to fight. Then Ali ibn Abi Talib sent her with 40 guards. Were all masked. They took her back from Iraq to Medina. While she was walking, she was telling people, complaining that Ali ibn Abi Talib sent me with 40 man guards. When they got in Medina, they removed the mask, turned to be all women were associated with her. They were walking, accompanying and protecting, guarding her from Iraq to Medina. This is how Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam used to be. In Battle of Siffin, the army of Muawiyah came first to the battlefield, which took place on the river bank of Euphrates. Furat. They came and they took the entire river, preventing the soldiers, the army of Imam Ali alayhi salam, to approach the river and get water. So they came to Ali ibn Abi Talib and complained that army of Muawiyah has prevented us from water. We will die, we are thirsty. Ali ibn Abi Talib told them, you know what? Your swords are thirsty. رووا سيوفكم من الدماء ترووا من الماء فإن الموت في حياتكم مقهورين والحياة في موتكم قاهرين. He said that as long as your swords are thirsty, you also will stay thirsty. Irrigate them with the blood, then you will be irrigated. They attacked them. They took the riverbank from Muawiyah's army. Ali ibn Abi Talib told them, you fill your skins with water and return to your places. They said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, they prevented us from water. We have to reciprocate, do the same. Ali ibn Abi Talib said, no. I will not seek victory through injustice. لا أطلب النصر بالجور. This is injustice. Be fair. Who could do this to his enemy? Someone in the battlefield, the enemy does not leave any chance to attack you from everywhere, but you are trying to deal with him in a humane way. One of the renegades who escaped the army of Ali ibn Abi Talib and went to Muawiyah, his name was Abdullah ibn al-Hurr al-Ju'fi. This guy abandoned the army, was a prisoner. He went to the army of Muawiyah. You know, in any country's law, any prisoner is condemned to death. Anyone who spies, treasons to the enemy, he's condemned to death. This man, when he escaped to Muawiyah, after a while, they came and told his wife that your husband is dead. So she made iddah after 4 months and a few days, and then she remarried someone else. He was in Sham, he overheard this. After the battle subsided, he came to Kufa. He saw that his wife has married another one, has took all his belonging, his property. He had no choice but to go back again to Ali ibn Abi Talib. Knocked at the door of Ali ibn Abi Talib, opened the door. Oh, you, Abdullah ibn al-Hurr, what are you doing here? He said, أَيَمْنَعُنِي ذَلِكَ مِنْ عَدْلِكَ يَا أَمِيرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Yes, I am a prisoner. I have renegated. I deserve whatever you see, but still, I need your justice. Ali ibn Abi Talib told him, your justice is preserved. Whatever you want, I will do you. He asked his wife to be separated from her second husband and returns to her first husband, to Abdullah ibn al-Hurr al-Ju'fi. Who does such kind of thing with his bitter enemy that has renegated and went to his enemy? Except Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Look at his style of worship. When he stands in mihrab, or when he talks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every Thursday night you recite Dua Kumail alayhi salam. You recite Dua al-Sabah. You see the eloquence that Ali ibn Abi Talib when he talks to his Lord. Ibn Abi Darda was one of the companions of the Prophet. He said that one night I chased Ali ibn Abi Talib after Isha. In the middle of night he left the city of Medina, and went into the desert somewhere. There used to be a farm I noticed him, he was there, he sat there and started praying and crying and weeping. Kept doing so, all of a sudden I saw him collapse. That when Ali ibn Abi Talib was at young age, during the time of the Prophet. He said that Ali ibn Abi Talib collapsed in front of me. I thought he's dead. I came, shook him, I saw, no, this guy is like a log. You know, as dry as a log. Nothing, this man is dead. So I said, I better go and give the bad news to his wife, his family, Fatima al-Zahra. I went and knocked on the door and told her, Ya bint Rasulullah, please accept my condolences. Your husband is dead. She said, what happened to him? He told her the story. She said, إنها الغشية التي تعتريه كل ليلة من خشية الله. She told him, don't be worried. Ali ibn Abi Talib is not dead. He's unconscious. That happens to him every night. Every single night, that mood happens to Ali ibn Abi Talib. Who does that happen to? They say in the battlefields, when he gets a wound or a shrapnel gets into his body, some remaining of the arrows or something like that, a strike or a knife is stuck into his body, they could not remove that while he was conscious. So they would wait, they would tell his son, Imam Hassan, what should we do? He said, wait until he goes into the prayers. Once he goes into the prayers, then do whatever you want. Because Ali ibn Abi Talib becomes completely oblivious around him, from the surroundings. He does not pay attention, does not even sense the surroundings. Therefore, they do the surgery while he is during the prayers, in the prayers. This was the prayers of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Look at his justice. I talked the other night about his encounter with his brother Aqil, his encounter with his daughter Kulthum. Kulthum, one night, she borrowed a necklace from Baytul Mal. It was during Ramadan. She borrowed that for the Eid. That once there is a Eid, there is a happy ceremony, she would wear that necklace and later she would bring it back to the Baytul Mal. The head of Baytul Mal was Abdullah ibn Abi Rafi'. She came and gave some money, told Ibn Abi Rafi', hold this money until I'll bring you back the necklace. Once Amir al-Mu'mineen heard of that, he came and told Ibn Abi Rafi', why did you do this? She said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, she was your daughter. And he said, that's why. If it were any other daughter, would you lend her the necklace? You have to treat my daughter in the same way. Go and get the necklace back. He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, this is a borrowing. She will return it back. He said, I know that she would return it back, because if she would not return it back, I would cut out her hands, because she would be a thief. Therefore, I know that she would return it back. Go take it back from her. This was the justice of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He told Asbagh, he said, Wallahi laqad raqa'tu madra'atiha. He had a coat, an armor coat. He said, Wallahi laqad raqa'tu madra'ati hadihi hatta istahyaytu min raqi'aha. He said that I took this one, this coat, and patched it so many times that I feel so ashamed from the guy who does the patching for me. One day, they noticed that a camel came from Medina that all was loaded with the things of Ali ibn Abi Talib that brought from Medina. He told his companions, said, look at this camel and look at this load. If I leave your city more than this load that I have, then I am a prisoner. I am a kha'in. This is the justice of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد